and it's just putting them through the system and running that pay dirt. And I see that you guys are getting it. You guys are understanding that nothing in life comes free, right? Everything comes with hard work. Everything comes with effort. Everything comes with you just putting your head down and doing the work, right? And so what up, Sales Accelerator? What's going down, guys? I know it's Sunday. You guys are just probably putting it in, right? I think it's pretty big. I see you guys actually getting it, right? Like I see you guys putting in the work. It's freaking amazing. I see some of you getting some big deals. I just talked to one of the members just the other day. He's actually got a national deal on the line. I think it's over 160 locations. Super cool. And it's a big one. I'm going to be talking to him on Monday, but I think why I wanted to jump on here is to say, listen, I know you guys are getting it. Most of you guys are now understanding that it's a system, and all we got to do is just put in the time, put in the effort, and follow it, right? All we got to do is continue to put in the work, one after another, and you start to see things happening. You start to see exactly the results that you're looking for, whether that's getting people to the deep dive calls. I was just talking to Josiah Smith, first time, dude. He's been in another course, I think, for a couple years now, and he just jumped in here, and he's like less than a month in, said that he's put in more work in 1 month than he did in the last 2 years in the other one, and it shows. He's got like 5 deep dive calls lined up for next week. And it's just putting them through the system and running that pay dirt. And I see that you guys are getting it. You guys are understanding that nothing in life comes free, right? Everything comes with hard work. Everything comes with effort. Everything comes with you just putting your head down and doing the work, right? And so I see that. Now I want you guys to start thinking outside the box. And this is what I did with my company, and why my company is so successful is like, okay, if I know that 300 screencasts a month brings in $6,000 per month reoccurring every single month, right? And that starts to stack up over the year. How can I 10 times that? How can I 15 times that? How can I start to work things in to make this easier on my life and to scale? Because everything in life is about scale. And so how can we scale what we're doing now? How can we get out if we're doing 10 screencasts a day, or some of you are only doing 2, but you get the system. And so if you're doing 2, how can you make it 10? If you're doing 10, how can you make it 100? How can we put more lines in the water? How can we scale this thing through the roof to make more and more money? You need to start thinking about those processes. You see some of these students in here being able to do just that, right? Paul has worked out a system to be able to scale. That's why he's doing 150,000 plus per month. You look at like Sean Coachell, same thing. He's building a system right now that will help him with these screencasts, help him scale so he's not spending as much time on them. Helping with cold calls, for instance, right? Maybe you don't have time for cold call, or maybe cold call takes you the longest amount of time. How can you scale that, right? And so you want to start using your mind and using your power and using your energy to be able to figure out how to scale this thing. And maybe you're on here right now, and maybe you haven't figured it out yet. Maybe that's your first step. Either way, I do see students in here that are killing it. Polis, I know he's freaking killing it, right? Simon, he's in here just killing it, using the system, killing it, getting people to deep dives, getting them to the close table, and etc. Yeah, he had problems, guys. Each and every one of us runs into something at one of these steps, whether it's getting people to open up our screencast, whether it's getting yes to a cold call, whatever it may be for you. Maybe you're still figuring out the systems, but once we grab that knowledge, once we obtain that, once we understand where we are and we really get the systems, how can we scale? And that's all on us, okay? That's all on your ability to think outside the box and figure out how to really bring yourself up, how to really get more and more lines in the water to land those customers. And that's what we've done so well with this system, and you guys can as well. And really the way that we're really doing it, guys, is we're outsourcing the shit out of this. So a lot of the steps inside of here is outsourced. Even my scope of works, we've really went in and we've trained a couple people that are really good now at laying out those scope of works, because they take hours, right? They really take hours to do, but we've laid out put them gave them to people, taught them how to do them. And so we have people that we pay, $20 per scope of work that saves us hours of time. And we can just jump in and look at them, make sure they are exactly what we want, right? And exactly what we want to teach to our customers. So now, I'm going in there. I got people getting yeses. I got people shooting screencast. I'm doing the deep dive call. I got people shooting the scope of works, right? I got people doing the follow-ups. I'm doing the close. And so now out of all 6 steps, I'm doing 2 steps out of it, and I'm doing them very well. I've perfected 2 steps so well to where it's now a rotation. It's now just seriously a machine, right? And that thing's just feeding me deep dive calls for me and feeding me closes to where I'm just looking at these paperworks, getting on, closing these people in 15 minutes, or looking at them and saying, awesome, seen your screencast, seen etc., what you went through. Let me just jump on a deep dive call with this guy. At the end of the day, I'm just pulling pains, right? I'm getting to know him. I'm building a relationship. I'm pulling pains and I'm moving it through the system. So if you guys are in the Sales Accelerator here today, and now you understand the system and you feel like you've worked the system, you've went all the way through the system and you've kind of perfected the system, I want you to ask yourself, how can you scale? How can you take this to the next level? Because thinking outside the box and doing that is the difference of making $10,000 or $15,000 a month over the next year, or making $150,000 a month like Paul Myers, right? Is how do you scale? How do you take it outside the box? How do you put more fire on this wood? Okay. That's what we want to do. Or how do you run more pay dirt? So I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. I know that you guys are taking action. That's what you're here for. So if you're not taking action, you know what you should be doing, and you need to be doing it now, right? Not later, not next week, not tomorrow, but right now. We're here to take action. We're here to put these systems to work. So let's make it happen today, right now, right here. And then if you guys are taking action, you guys have perfected the system, you're more comfortable with it. How do we scale? Right? Some of you have landed 1 customer or 2 customers. How do we land 6? How do we land 8? How do we land 10 in that same amount of time? Right? That's where these things really start to blow up. It's super cool. You look at any huge corporation in America, it's exactly what they've done. They've taken a system that works and they've scaled it. So time to scale. Much love. Have a good Sunday. Talk to you guys soon.